Okay, stop whatever you're doing and listen up, because I have got the absolute ultimate tea-spilling fairy tale villain origin story for you today. Forget literally everything you thought you knew about Wonderland. We are diving deep into the world of Marissa Meyer's incredible novel Heartless, and trust me, this explainer covers an insanely wild story. We're talking secret undercover missions, terrifying monsters, forbidden romance, and a twist that is going to completely rip your heart out. So buckle up, because Wonderland is about to get incredibly, incredibly dark. When you hear Queen of Hearts, you instantly think, off with their heads, right? Like that is her entire brand. But what if I told you that before she was the infamous head-chopping terror of Wonderland, she was just a totally normal, baking-obsessed teenager named Catherine? Seriously, no joke. Kat spent her mornings carefully baking these luscious lemon tarts, literally just hoping that everyone from the dodo birds to the king would recognize her as the best baker in the kingdom. She baked her soul into those pastries. She was not born evil at all. She was literally just a girl with a dream. But you know, there is a very dark, very thorny truth behind how she transformed. This story is an absolute emotional roller coaster. We aren't just doing some cute, fluffy story time today. We are going on a journey from a super sweet romance into absolute, devastating tragedy. Lewis Carroll actually once described the Queen of Hearts as a blind and aimless fury, and today we're going to uncover exactly what pushed a sweet, hopeful baker into becoming the literal embodiment of pure, ungovernable rage. So let's break down the massive conflict in Kath's life. On one hand, you have her dream. She just wants to open a bakery with her best friend and be appreciated for her actual, real-life talent, not her fancy family title. But on the other hand, her parents. The Marquess and Marchioness are incredibly snobby, status-obsessed, and aggressively pushing Kath to marry the King of Hearts. And let me tell you, the king is a total joke. He's goofy, he literally whimpers for his guards at the very first sign of trouble, and Kath has absolutely zero interest in him. I mean, she wants romance and passion, not some stuffy forced marriage. To survive this ridiculously stressful double life, Kath surrounds herself with a bizarre but honestly amazing squad. First up is Marianne, her super logic-brained maid and secret business partner. Then there's Hada, the snarky magical hat maker who is holding on to some serious secrets and a major grudge. But the absolute game changer here, Jest. He is the new court joker. He's dangerously attractive, totally mysterious, effortlessly funny, and he just completely turns Kath's entire world upside down. Cue the swoon-worthy forbidden romance. Because while the king is out here trying to awkwardly court Kath at these incredibly boring tea parties, Kath is having secret late-night meetups with the Joker. He helps her climb through her bedroom window, they share their deepest secrets, and he makes her laugh in a way her miserable aristocratic life never ever does. You are practically screaming at the pages for them to get together. When he finally asks her, "When will I see you again?" she has this huge realization that she wants to be his singular reason to stay in Hearts. But of course, right when things are getting undeniably adorable, the tone violently pivots into total disaster. Kath is at this massive baking festival, totally ready to win 20 gold crowns to finally fund her dream bakery. Her perfect lemon tarts are ready. And then, a terrifying Jabberwock literally attacks the kingdom. Out of nowhere. It completely destroys Kat's baking contest dreams, sends everyone screaming in an absolute panic, and puts our entire cast in mortal danger. Wonderland just went from a cute fairy tale to a straight-up nightmare. And right after that massive chaos, we get the biggest, record-scratch, mid-story twist. Wait, what? Jest drops an absolute bombshell on her. He looks at Kath and says, "I came here to steal your heart." And he doesn't mean it in a cute, romantic way. It turns out, Jest isn't just a joker. He is a rook from the kingdom of chess. He and his partner Raven were sent by the White Queen on a top secret mission. See, chess is trapped in this brutal forever war between the White and Red Queens, where time constantly resets and they just do it all over again. The only way to stop the war? Steal the heart of the future Queen of Hearts. And that future queen? Yep, it's Catherine. So this obviously creates the most insane tension imaginable. Jest was literally supposed to manipulate her, wait for her to marry the goofy king, and then steal her heart and take it back to chess. But the huge problem? He actually fell in love with her. He tells her that if she wants him, he will abandon his entire life's mission and stay in Hearts just for her. But his allies in chess, especially Hada, are absolutely furious. Hada warns Kath that she is going to break at least one heart before this is over, basically calling her a fickle woman who's going to ruin everything. The stakes are just impossibly high right now. Which brings us right into the climax, and it is just rapid-fire escalating anxiety from here on out.
First, Hata, who is feeling completely betrayed, publicly exposes Jest's secret mission to the king. Second, Kath's parents absolutely lose their minds. Her mother calls her awful names, and the cowardly king orders his guards to capture Jest. Third, Kath fully rebels against her terrible parents, and she and Jest make this desperate, running escape for the Looking Glass, which is the portal to chess. But fourth, they are ambushed by Peter, who, surprise, has been secretly controlling the murderous Jabberwock this entire time. And here is where the story absolutely shatters. In the middle of this chaotic, terrifying fight against Peter, and the Jabberwock, the ultimate heartbreak happens. Jest is killed. Right in front of Kath. The boy she loved, the boy with the dimpled smile, who was literally willing to give up everything for her, is just gone. Her dreams of a bakery, of true love, of escaping her controlling parents, they all just die in the dirt right alongside him. It is so unbelievably devastating. So how exactly do you become a villain? Well, step 1, you lose the absolute love of your life. Step 2, you give up your actual beating heart. In her blinding grief, Kath goes down to the treacle well and makes this incredibly dark, chilling pact with the dying 3 sisters who live down there. They desperately need a strong heart to sustain their magic. Kath, totally broken, agrees to let them take hers. In exchange, step 3, they promise to hunt down Peter and bring him to her. And to get the royal power she needs to finally execute him, Kath agrees to marry the king she utterly despises. The aftermath of this is downright terrifying. A totally heartless queen is born. Kath walks down the aisle into her loveless, fake marriage to the king. The book describes her looking into the mirror and literally seeing the face of a corpse, bloodless and completely indifferent, but she's wearing this breathtaking dress bedecked in lace, ribbon, and blood-red roses. She is just completely hollowed out inside. That sweet, hopeful baker we met at the beginning, she's dead. Only the Queen of Hearts remains. It all completely culminates in this chilling final scene. The royal wedding is interrupted when the 3 sisters drag a chained, bruised Peter right into the middle of the courtroom. The king is practically stammering in terror, but Kath, she is ice cold. The sisters declare they've brought her vengeance and now they want their toll. Kath doesn't even flinch. She just looks at them and says, "Take it. As you said, I have no use for it." She willingly, calmly lets them pull out a jagged knife and carve out her own heart, just so she can claim her bloody vengeance. Which completely leaves us reeling and brings us to the ultimate question for this explainer. Was Catherine actually justified? Think about it. She was manipulated by her parents, hunted by her own kingdom, and forced to literally watch the absolute love of her life get murdered in front of her. Did she have to become the heartless Queen of Hearts to get justice? Or did she just let the darkness completely win? I really want to hear your takes on this. Jump into the comments and let's debate. Was her iconic villain era actually totally justified? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this insanely wild story, and I'll catch you on the next one.